This week on George to the Rescue.
We've been here now for 8 years with a defunct kitchen, and we really don't have the ability to make that kitchen work. The Y also is focusing now under the healthy living on the issues of youth obesity.
Protected and ready to go.
It's upside down. You have it on upside down. Upside down. It only works if it's on right. All right, the kitchen's all sealed up, ready for asbestos removal. This is the end of the road for me and for you. 3, 2, 1, come on in!
I like the yogurt, I like everything.
The YMCA on 105th Street is a staple in New York City and provides the neighborhood with a fun, safe, educational home away from home. With growing concerns about healthy living and eating, the Y wants to offer its community hands-on cooking classes to teach them about nutrition. But their kitchen has been out of service for well over a decade, so we're here to spice things up.
I will tell you, I started working for the YMCA when I was 19 years old. And I really didn't even realize the significance of the organization. I was in college and I started working in children's programs and in after school. And I quickly realized the ability that I had to impact people's lives in a positive way.
Have you guys ever made a back puppet before?
The YMCA is very important to me as a parent and as a single parent raising my 2 kids, that they have a place to come outside their home where they can be a kid and enjoy themselves, to hang out with their peers, because I want them to have fun. I want them to learn new things.
At the YMCA, I do art. In summer camp, we go to trips.
So our goal here is to really be able to offer kids and families opportunities that they wouldn't find elsewhere. We like to be able to expose kids to things that they wouldn't have the opportunity to experience on their own, or without, they may not have the means for some of the more expensive private lessons. This is New York City, and so everything costs a lot, and so our goal is really to make all these opportunities available for kids from all walks of life.
The kitchen is dirty.
The current state of the kitchen is really just an accumulation of some very old appliances that probably worked, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, who knows, maybe more. And they sat in that kitchen. They were there when we came into this building, and they've been sitting there ever since. We've had dreams over the years, but again, never the ability to do it.
It should have a better refrigerator and a better oven. And I want it to have more colors.
So I had been a fan of the show for a long time. I religiously watch it every Saturday morning, and so when I saw George, or saying, write in for a rescue, I was like, oh, I should definitely do that. Why not? Let's give it a try.
How's it going, everybody?
Oh my God!
What's up? So, yeah, you guys know who I am?
Yeah.
All right, so you know that if I show up, it means you guys are being rescued. All right? For this kitchen rescue, I have assembled an all-star team. Our designer is going to be celebrity chef Marcus Samuelsson, and dealing with the nuts and bolts, my friend, the $1 million contractor, Steve Fanuca. Guys, welcome to the YMCA.
Thanks.
Thanks. This is what we've got to work with?
This is the kitchen that they have right now, and as you can see, they haven't used it in over a decade.
It looks like it.
It needs lots of love, and it really needs us to transform this kitchen into something completely different. I want the kids to get inspired. I want the kids to learn something. What I do like about the kitchen, actually, I have a lot of daylight coming in, so that's something to start with. So the kids at least have, you know, they get the daylight, they get inspired by that. These guys, no, they gotta go.
When was this building built?
Early 60s.
I gotta tell you something. I'm looking up at that ceiling, and that ceiling looks ancient, and this is a Y.
What are you looking for?
Gentlemen, we've got a huge problem. I think we have asbestos here.
Coming up, the secret to putting down big tiles is to make sure that they are all level. Yeah. And that's not as easy as it looks, is it? George the Rescue is brought to you in part by Benjamin Moore. Discover different ways you can transform your home with color. Visit benjaminmoore.com/transform. Know someone in need of a rescue? Send us an email at george@nbc.com.
Gentlemen, we've got a huge problem. I think we have asbestos here.
Obviously, if you're going to deal with the asbestos, you would be fully covered in hazmat suits. We are not dealing with the asbestos. Let me say that one more time. We, ourselves as a group, are not dealing with the asbestos. I got a special crew from Pinnacle Contracting, Local 78. They are taking care of the asbestos. All we're doing is getting the cabinets out and getting all of the appliances out. So please, nobody, and I mean nobody, touch the ceiling, disrupt the ceiling. We do not want any asbestos airborne.
Protected and ready to go.
It's upside down. You have it on upside down.
Protected and ready to go.
Upside down. It only works if it's on right. Removing asbestos is no joke. It's actually such a big and dangerous job that we brought in 3 separate companies just to get it done. We got the guys from the Environmental Construction Association, members of Local 78, and Pinnacle Contracting, all here getting suited up, ready to take out asbestos. So what is this? Why do we have all of these?
Well, basically this is just 2x3s and with the plywood frame, but we call them decon panels when they're pre-built. And it's basically a personal decontamination unit, which is, for all intents and purposes, a shower.
See that? Only the best. Get that ceiling down, but obviously we got to do it in a very methodical, professional way. I mean, this is not anything to mess around with.
Well, absolutely not. Asbestos is one of the most dangerous substances known to man. Asbestos resists fire, water. It's a tremendous material. It was a wonder material. That's why it was used widely through all the buildings.
Right.
So now it has to be removed. It has to be done safely.
All right, the kitchen's all sealed up, ready for asbestos removal. This is the end of the road for me and for you.
Is this what you're waiting for?
The asbestos, yes, that is what I'm waiting for. We passed?
New York City says we are now
Asbestos free?
asbestos free and ready to do a rescue.
Good, because we have a lot ahead of us. And that is it. That is the last thing that remained of the original kitchen. The hood, all the asbestos is gone. Time to make this place fireproof. This here is my man, Leo.
How you guys doing?
Leo is the best in the business when it comes to fireproofing. He is from Master Fire Prevention. Leo, what do we got to do to this kitchen before we can actually start making it functional?
Well, as you can see, we got the guys. They just removed both of the old hoods. We're going to replace this one with a brand new stainless steel hood.
Yep.
We're going to weld all the seams on this existing ductwork, and then we're going to wrap it with this fireproof insulation and bring everything up to code. Once that's all done, we're going to install a brand new Ansel system over the new cooking equipment, and you guys should be 100% ready to go.
Hey, Big Ann, how's the wiring looking in this place?
Hey, George, how are you? The wiring is kind of old over here, and we're going to actually pull out some of the old wiring and replace it with some new style wiring and bring this kitchen up to code. Unfortunately, these walls are tiled and it's solid block throughout this place.
Right.
So we're gonna have to surface mount some of the devices where, you know, there's not an existing box already.
Okay.
And, you know, it's a commercial kitchen, so it's not gonna be a major eyesore.
Coming up.
Love to have some peppers. Just look at the peppers here.
Oh, yeah.
Different types of colors. You can grill them off, you can cook them off. And you know, when you cook for kids especially, make sure you involve lots of different colors. People eat with their eyes, it should be fresh.
George the Rescue is sponsored in part by 3M. For more information on 3M products or to find a retailer near you, go to 3m.com. Know someone in need of a rescue? Send us an email at george@nbc.com.
George, how are you?
Hey, Mark, how's it going, man?
Good to see you again.
Welcome to what I call the can of worms, because every time we try to do something, we find more roadblocks. Now, what is the rhyme and reason? Why do we have to do all this? I mean, we've never had to do this on a rescue before.
It's a commercial kitchen. There's a big difference between a commercial kitchen and a residential kitchen.
Yeah.
Construction-wise, this building was built very, very well. It's a concrete plank frame building. No issue with that. It's the infrastructure that has to be upgraded anytime you do a major renovation. And this building hasn't been touched, not even touched, in 40 years. So we're dealing with antiquated wiring. We're dealing with antiquated mechanical systems and ductwork, you know, from yesteryear. And it all has to be upgraded appropriately.
So that's what we're here for. And when it's all said and done, this is going to be the most high-tech room in the whole building.
No doubt.
The secret to putting down big tiles is to make sure that they are all level.
Yeah.
And that's not as easy as it looks, is it? I mean, you guys are, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of tile down. We have 3 guys. We've been at this for about a half an hour now. That means we're getting down about a tile every 15 minutes. For this kitchen, being it's a fairly big space, we're using really big tiles for the floor. And what I'm doing right here is back buttering. And you do this with big tiles or even medium-sized tiles. Basically, you put a thin layer of thin set mortar on the tile itself, and then of course you have a nice pad of thin set which is going to set in. But you want to make sure that there's a really good bond, no air bubbles whatsoever. And it's actually a really good idea to just put a little bit extra thin set on the corners. That way you don't break them off, because when you're going to be rolling in refrigerators and ovens and things like that, these tiles are going to be supporting a lot of weight. So you want to make sure that you have a really strong, firm bond on all 4 corners as well as the entire tile itself. Steve, I see spacers in all different sizes. What's the point of them?
The whole point of spacers is basically you can have very little space between the tiles, a larger space, and depending on what you're using, you're going to choose the right spaces for the job. This is a very uniform tile. Since it's uniform, we're going to try to keep the spaces to a minimum. Speaking of spaces, the larger the tile, the less grout lines.
Right.
The smaller the tile, the more grout lines. I always tell people in the bathroom, go with smaller tiles, more grout lines.
You get some traction.
Right? Here in the kitchen, we don't have that problem. We're not walking wet and barefoot.
Right.
So I wanted it more like a carpet feel, so I went with a big tile, less grout lines, and not to mention, since it's honed, it's not slippery at all.
We're here at Fairway to get the YMCA's kitchen fully stocked. I cannot wait to go shopping with Marcus. Should be quite an experience.
The problem, I think, for example, with junk food is it gives you such a sugar or salt rush.
Right.
But then 2 hours later, you're completely down and you're tired and you're low on energy. So it's really important to get that breakfast right, to get that lunch right, and have a wonderful, healthy dinner. I would love to have some peppers. Just look at the peppers here.
Oh, yeah.
Different types of colors. You can grill them off, you can cook them off. And you know, when you cook for kids especially, make sure you involve lots of different colors. People eat with their eyes, it should be fresh. All right, so I'm gonna go and put some yellow peppers in there. Okay. Yellow and red. I'm gonna go for the yellow and red.
Now, when these families, when they're going to the supermarket and they're shopping, what should they be looking for?
I just think that when I buy something, anything, I look at it and I smell it, and be picky. If it doesn't look good in the store, there's probably a reason for that. And I sometimes also buy things that are right before they're ripe. I don't buy it right when it's peak, just before, because you don't know how your week is going to look. Like, you don't know if it's going to cook tomorrow or you get changed of plans. Here's one of my favorite snack all time, right? What could be better than a fresh apple? You can have the apple in the afternoon. If you buy a bunch of apples, you can do, for example, a grilled chicken with an apple rice salad or something like that. You can use the apple for dessert, even for a sorbet or for yogurt in the morning. Apple is so versatile. You can use it for so many different things.
It's the perfect snack.
It is. Sometimes just eat a raw apple, and maybe fold them into a salad. And maybe next time we'll roast them with a piece of chicken, so kids can just understand, wow, there's this many different ways. And each time you treat it, each time you cook it, it will taste completely different.
All right, so I guess we got everything we need.
I know, I can't wait to go back to the kitchen.
Let's load it up. Accommodations provided by Gateway Inn of Merrick. Gateway to Jones Beach on Long Island South Shore. Welcome to a family-run hotel where quality and hospitality still matter. All right, so Steve, this is your truck, right? Green Demolition.
Green Demolition truck. We got it filled with Sub-Zero and Wolf appliances. That's right. If they're going to learn how to cook, you got to start with the right equipment. Beautiful Wolf range, stainless steel, nice glass door Sub-Zero refrigerator. It's going to be great.
George, you know what my favorite thing in the kitchen is?
What?
It's the options we gave them. The pull-out base cabinets that literally pull out at a moment's notice, breaking the kitchen into two areas, one for teaching and one for learning.
I could not be happier with how this kitchen's come together. It's absolutely beautiful. But we want it to be as inviting outside in the hallway as it is in here. So we brought in a New York City artist, Will Grandland, and he is going to paint a mural that is going to lead the kids right down the hallway and into our kitchen. For the hallways here at the YMCA, we are using Benjamin Moore Natura. It is green without compromise, zero VOCs, but it still gives you that high quality paint that you'd expect from Benjamin Moore. So for this wall, Will wanted the color Fairy Tale Blue. And as you can see, this is where he picked it out right here on the color deck. This is Fairy Tale Blue, and they match exactly. Not kind of match, exactly match. And that's because Benjamin Moore always gives you authentic color. What you choose is what you're gonna get. Anyone can just throw paint on a wall, make it look beautiful. When it comes to adding shadows and all the extras, that's when you need a pro. All right, talk about a pop of color. We got our fire engine red Samuelsson countertops. Now let's get them installed. I'll tell you what, this Samuelsson, it's beautiful, but it's heavy. Oh, golly.
This is more almost like before you putting something on the stove. Here is more prep. I think you guys have done such a good job here because it's both functional, it's also beautiful. Look at these colors.
Steve, Marcus, you guys have made an amazing team. It has been so fun rescuing this kitchen with you guys, but the time has come to turn it back over to the families here at the Y.
Great. I mean, thank you so much for including me. You know, it's been a lot of fun, and this kitchen looks amazing, Steve.
And thanks for teaching us how to make this kitchen right for the kids. I really enjoyed myself.
Let's go get them.
Let's do it.
Coming up. 3, 2, 1, come on in! George the Rescue is sponsored in part by Fairway Market, a proud supporter of the local community. For more healthy recipes, go to fairwaymarket.com. Know someone in need of a rescue? Send us an email at george@nbc.com.
When George first called me and said we're doing a YMCA in New York City, I thought of the community, I thought of the kids. Knowing that the kids are gonna learn how to eat healthy, eat right, and live right, I know it's gonna go for generations past. It's not just about these group of kids, it's gonna be about the way they teach their kids and the way they teach their kids from one generation to the next.
Well, first of all, when I hear kids in the neighborhood needs my hand, you know, I'll do that in a heartbeat. What was special was really about thinking about the opportunity here, right? This is really an invitation, an opportunity to come with your skill as a chef, share it with two other great professionals, and give something away to the kids and the families that would enjoy this. And, you know, together we built a kitchen that is modern, that is fun, that is educational. It just keeps you want to come back to. You know, we have an artist in here, we have major contractors, we have major people coming here and giving their time to make sure that the kids can have a great time.
All righty, you guys excited? Yeah! I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Are you guys excited? Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. All right, without further ado, shall we go see it? Yeah! You guys excited? Yeah! You keep that screaming up, all right? All right, follow me. 3, 2, 1, come on in!
Absolutely gorgeous. I think it's absolutely the most gorgeous kitchen I've ever seen. It's awesome. It's going to be the perfect place for us to teach our kids all about nutrition and cooking.
Is kind of what you were thinking when you wrote the email?
I was kind of thinking something that's like not even half as cool as this stuff. This is like over the top awesome, seriously.
We do what we can.
Oh my God, I love the new kitchen. It's awesome. The kids are excited. The staff members at the YMCA are very excited. And thank you guys so much. And we can't wait to start cooking, especially healthy food.
The Y now across the country has an initiative to deal with youth obesity issues and to help families eat healthy and cook and work with natural ingredients. And obviously we can do a lot in a classroom setting, but having a kitchen just brings it all to life.
It's big and it looks fun. I'm excited to cook in here. I like the giant set. I like the yogurt. I like everything. Thank you, George.
We have mixers, we have Cuisinarts, we have slow cookers, we have everything you're gonna need to make outstanding food. So this is your kitchen.